You are now watching Zach Lesage, the best place to learn about competitive Pokemon TCG. Let's get it! Yo, what's poppin' YouTube? Welcome back to Zach Lesage, the YouTube channel. Word up, I'm Zach Lesage. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day, and today we're going to be covering over Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX. Now this is a deck that I brought to the Players Cup Invitational event. Yes, I was lucky enough to be invited to this event, so I did want to showcase what my updated list is. So this is actually after the event has happened, so I've updated my deck since then with kind of some metagame changes that we've seen. I've also updated it after Shintaro Ito won my first Late Night Series event, taking inspiration from the Articuno that I saw being played in his deck. So if you haven't already, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and let me know if you like Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX or not in the comments. The deck is going to be in the description, so check out my description for some of my sponsors, all that good stuff. There's lots of cool stuff going on all the time, and it really does help support the channel. It's going to be an awesome video, so let's check it out and get started with the deck profile. So, for anyone who's wondering what Ice Rider Calyrex is, Ice Rider Calyrex is a kind of VMAX deck. It's an early beatdown deck with lock available to it. So you have access to Ride of the High King, 10 plus 30 for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon, and then you have max lands. You can discard up to 2 energy cards from this Pokemon. If you do, it does 120 more damage for each card discarded in this way. So the way that I really play this deck, and kind of like my expert approach to this, is to do Ride of the High King when I'm not going for a one-shot, and go max lands when I'm going for those one-shots. Be sure to think about the damage counters that you're putting on your Pokemon, on your opponent's Pokemon, or the damage that you're placing to your opponent's Pokemon. And this deck is very number reliant. There's cool ways to accelerate damage out there. We have access to Leon, so your Pokemon do 30 more damage during your turn. You also have access to 2 quick shooting Inteleons, so you could kind of hit your opponent with some damage counters and really get those big numbers. So keep in mind that there are options. There's also options here as well. Pierce can get things set up. Glacial Lance is an option. Taking from Shintaro Ito's list, the 2016 World Champion, they won my first Late Night Series event. You totally got to check it out if you haven't already. They played 2 copies of Articuno. This is my updated version of the deck that I'd be playing since the Players Cup Invitational and from Shintaro's list. So if anyone's wondering where that is, this is where my list would be at, so feel free to take a screenshot. As long as this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, your opponent, when they play a supporter card from their hand, prevent all effects of that card done to your bench water Pokemon. This allows you to put a single prize card Pokemon up in the active spot, and then prevent your opponent from bosses ordering up an Ice Rider with an energy on it, giving you that extra wiggle room to really get those energies, so you could really force one prize card Pokemon on your opponent. Since this deck does run 4 Path to the Peak, which is stopping all the abilities of Rulebox Pokemon in play, V, GX, etc., we have access to the Drizzile Shady Dealings engines, so when you play this card from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may search your deck for a trainer card, so you could really search out everything, on top of being able to do extra damage and kind of choose when you're doing your knockouts and stuff like that. You could basically choose whatever you need. Maybe you need a Path to the Peak, or maybe you need to search out a Capacious Bucket. You also have Energy Acceleration with Melanie. So the thing that I like about this deck is it's simple enough to play. There are some opportunities to have some great plays with Inteleon's quick shooting, all that good stuff. There's also a lot of opportunities to really stop your opponent and grab exactly what you need. So if you're able to plan things out accordingly, this deck is absolutely amazing. So if you haven't give it a shot, give it a shot. That being said, I'm going to jump into some gameplay and really see exactly what's going on here. So starting this game off, do I want to go first? Yes. This is really one of those things where this deck always wants to go first. Not like particularly like the greatest hand that I have here. Really looking for the Ice Rider V on the first turn, but we're going to see exactly what our opponent's playing here. What are they going to flip over? Inteleon? I can't tell what they're playing. It could be a lot of decks. Literally looks exactly like they could be playing a mirror match. Yes. Cool. Okay, cool. We absolutely take those. Nothing particularly crazy going on with his hand, but we're just going to attach an energy. We have access to Evolution Incense to grab another thing out. We're just going to leave it like that. So with them going like Air Balloon, I can almost imagine that they're playing something that's going to mess with their hands. Whether it's going to be a Marnie or anything else, Okay, they're just going in with Quick Ball. It would have been much better to play the Quick Ball first. And that's really where a lot of the sequencing plays can come down from. Just making sure that you have the right order. It would have been much better to look what's in the deck first, then play the Marnie. See what goes away with our hands. We could have other options here. We have... Yeah, this hand seems almost better. Depending on what we top deck is really what we're going to be searching for, because we could use Level Ball to search for a Drizzile. And we have Evolution Incense can search for an Ice Rider VMAX. And at this point, it looks like they're just going to be getting out Rapid Strike Pokemon with Sobble. So we're going to take a quick prize card up with Ride of the High King, no matter which way we really look at it. There's their Rapid Strike URSHIFU. Cool. So we got Melanie there. I don't know if there's anything that, like, in particular that we really want. I know we want another one of these, but let's go search through our deck first. I know that Level Ball is probably the card we want to be looking for the most. So Drizzile seems cool, but let's see what else we have. We do have Ice Rider V's in our deck. We do have the Quick Shootings. We do have access to a lot of other things. I'm gonna go ahead and go like this. Just search for it. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get out a supporter this turn. I might actually go for a unique play and discard 1 energy, so I have access to Melanie for the following turn. And I think that might be my best play. So let's go Scoop Up Net here on the Sobble. Or actually not Scoop Up Net. We want to make sure that we use Shady Dealings first. I almost made a mistake there. But that's okay. Just like make sure you play slow. I definitely just want to get the attack off. There's nothing else that I really want to go with. So let's just go for Capacious Bucket, grabbing a couple water energies here. I'm going to grab one of these down, attach here. Go ahead, make sure that I'm all set up before I decide to do anything. Let's go Scoop Up Net on the Drizzile, setting this up, and just going Sobble goes down, and I am going to go Max Lance, discarding 1 energy because we only have the energy in our... We don't have any energy in our discard pile. So even though, like, it's just so I have access to Melanie. Sometimes this matchup just gets a little bit awkward. And a lot of it really depends. Like, right now they don't have extra energies. They might not necessarily have out their whole, like, Sobble, Drizzile line. As long as we don't give out too many prize cards, it can be okay. Although, it's one of those matchups, again, that I haven't faced a lot since the Players' Cup 4. We both have very similar setups, so maybe me drawing an extra prize card can be huge early. Really going to see exactly what happens, but maybe Ice Rider with all these Rapid Strike URSHIFUs, it could be a little bit different. I mean, it depends if our opponent does go for Karate Belt here too. You can't necessarily always just be like, okay, we're going to go Snipe, 120, 120, or everything else like that. And at the same time, if I just sit here and do nothing all game, they're probably going to be in a much more advantageous stage than I will. Because with me drawing a prize card, I can now go for a 1-3-2 strategy, where I knock out a 1 prize card Pokemon, a 2 prize card Pokemon, and a 3 prize card Pokemon in any order. So we got one of our prize cards out of the way. We'll see how they kind of deal with it. But I could go Boss's Orders and knock out one of these Pokemon if they do not get a Karate Belt down this turn. Do I want to go ahead and attack the active, or do I want to take 2 prize cards? This is really where it gets tough. I know I want to grab a Sobble first out of the deck. I could go for 2 prize cards. I don't know if they're ever going to give us another 2 prize card Pokemon down. That's going to force them to go ahead with this Pokemon for the rest of the game. I think I go ahead for it. I don't see any other world where I can't go for it. I think if I don't do anything else, I'm going to be in an awkward position. So let's go ahead and go boss's orders. Let's go Max Lance. So now I only have to knock out one more Pokemon for the game, and that Pokemon is going to be the Rapid Strike URSHIFU VMAX. They do have opportunities to snipe Pokemon for more damage. It is awkward for sure, but as long as I don't bench other Pokemon down, I can be in a decent position. And I mean, there's a lot of things that they could do here. They could go ahead and go snipe on my Ice Rider Calyrex V, extra 30 damage to one of my bench V Pokemon. Like, maybe they could do some kind of cool play. The fact that they evolved into this Inteleon tells me that they're probably not going to go for any play like that, but I still could find myself struggling a little bit. There's the Karate Belt, that's fine. We're more or less just going for it, if we're going for it. I also don't know if they play Cheryl or not. That's really one of these other things where they could be playing Cheryl. Did they knock out the active? Did they not knock out the active? And they're going Marnie. Okay, maybe our hand could get better. We're only down 3 of our 8 energies that we play in this deck. But right now it seems like it's like kind of an awkward... That's not really the hand that I was looking for. So I hope that we somehow get around this. That we are able to use Drizzile this turn. If they knock out both of these, we're probably out of... oh, there's just Gale Thrust. Awesome. So let's send up this. I mean, I think this is the best Pokemon for me to send up at this point. I'm going to Quick Ball away Articuno. I don't think Articuno is going to be necessary for the rest of the game. I'm just going to get an Ice Rider V down. And I'm going to go for Drizzile. I know that we need to get out a Melanie. And we need to grab an energy off that Melanie. It's going to be tough. Not Marnie, Melanie. If we get it, we get it. If we don't, we don't. Hey, I mean, we certainly take those. Do we give ourselves the extra little boost here? Do we go for doing extra damage? Like, we have access to take away their thing right there. I think that sounds fine. I think I'm just going to go Evolution Incense. I think this sounds great. I want to grab out an Inteleon. If they don't Marnie me or anything else like that, there's a good chance they just won't be able to Marnie me or anything else like that. I think that sounds totally valid. If I grab Boss's Orders, and I think a Level Ball, that to me seems like the most valid thing that I possibly can do. So I'm just going to go Level Ball for a Sobble. The reason why I'm going Level Ball is in case they go for a Marnie or a Reset Stamp, and then I can grab Boss. We're just going to go for Ride of the High King. And kind of get prepared for the knockout next turn. If our opponent plays Cheryl, it's going to be really awkward. But we do have Boss, Max Lance for the knockouts. So the 1, 2, 3 prize card kind of strategy that I have for this matchup does seem to be working now. They won't be able to draw 3 prize cards this turn unless they're able, like, they'd have to upset my hand and I'd have to not be able to knock them out. So they have at least 2 turns left in the game. I have at least 1 turn left in the game. I already have the game-winning Boss in hand. So these are all the factors. They've already played 2 copies of Marnie. And I did set things up for a Sobble. They cannot attack with Karate Belts. They can't snipe the bench. Unless if they snipe the bench, they lose the game because of this Rapid Strike URSHIFU VMAX. I think this is really one of those best decks in format kind of moments. Like, if they attack me in the active, they will lose the game. If they do not mess my hand up, they will lose the game. If they mess up my hands, I do have Drizzile in my deck that I can use to win the game. So I mean, I've tried to like triple checkmate my opponent whenever possible. And it just seems like they're just They might not necessarily have it. I'm not sure. There's the 20 damage. Looks like we're just going to be getting Gale Thrusted here. And we might just be able to take the game. Oh, they have Reset Stamp. They should have played Reset Stamp first. But we have Evolution Incense for the game. So grabbing that Sobble there was absolutely a massive play. We're just going to go Level Ball, search our deck for a Drizzile. Drizzile is going to grab Boss's Orders, and we are going to take the game from our opponent here. I want to make sure that I click the right things. And bringing up this Pokemon. So really, really close game. So we're going to go Max Lance, discard both of those. 250, and we're gonna take that game from our opponent. Let's get it. That was sick, actually. That game was awesome. So we're gonna call the coin flip. We won the coin flip. We'll give our opponent the friendly hello, and would I like to go first? Yes. Okay, hopefully we get to start with a Ice Rider, because that's really the things that is difficult when it comes to this deck. Ice Rider his hand's busted. Let's go. I love starting with hands like this. It's insano. So we hit some kind of old cemetery Drizzile deck. I mean, a lot of decks are playing Inteleon nowadays. So it gets kind of awkward, but is what it is. This is fire. If you start with an Ice Rider and a Sobble, there's a good chance that you're probably just winning the matchup. Could you imagine if... I'm just like looking at this in another world. Could you imagine if I just went like seconds and was just like, okay, cool, like knockout with Pierce? I honestly don't know how this ability works. With Swelling Spite, I don't know if they grab them even if the Pokemon's knocked out. Like, do I just win if I go Pierce? Like, that's my big question. Like, do I win the game if I go Pierce? It's kind of a weird start, but okay. So I'm going to go ahead here and... I'm going to go like this. Search my deck for... Capacious Bucket. I think Capacious Bucket sounds really good. I want to make sure that I have things in here like my Ice Riders, stuff like that. I think that could be very important. Double checking, making sure that I know what's in this deck. So let's go Capacious Bucket. I honestly don't know what the Haunter does, so I'm not sure. Go attach here. I'm stupid. I should have definitely done Path to the Peak first. So that's totally my bad. Missequencing there for sure. There's enough for Ride of the High King. So yeah, definitely make sure that like when there's weird things like Old Cemetery that you're actually like factoring in what that means. Haunter, search your opponent's Pokemon. Could be some like wacky spread deck with Haunter. So right now they have 2 Pokemon on their bench. I wanted to bench 2 more so I could just go right to the High King. Jeez. If this is a Pokemon that's knocked out by it, search your deck for up to 2 cards, put them into your hand. It does 40 more damage for each damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon. So I think I'm definitely just going to try to chase these Pokemon down with Max Lance. I think that totally sounds valid. So let's go Drizzile. I think Drizzile is going to make for a good one. Let's just take out their guys when we can take out their guys. because those seem like they might be difficult for us to deal with. And I could be wrong. I've never actually played Gengar, the matchup, so if I do get it wrong, totally my bad. Quick shooting. Let's go ahead. Quick shooting on... I don't know if it ever really matters. I might just go on Haunter. Let's go ahead and go for Max Lance. We're going to discard 1 because it does have 130. Damage from your opponent's attack. Search your deck for 2 cards. Put them into your hands. It's kind of a cool deck. I mean, the art on the Gengar is absolutely phenomenal. Really kind of an amazing looking card, but... Let's see what we got. So they're going to grab a couple cards. That's cool. Probably another Gengar. We really want to just get another Ice Horse set up. I think in terms of a single prize card matchup, they might be running out of options here. Like 40 more damage for each damage counter. So I mean, again, the only damage counters that are getting placed are like literally just for my own stupidity. So they're like going to be two-shotting me. Like, really not even a lot of damage at all. At this point, I don't want to play the Capacious Bucket. I just want to go for Marnie. Just to try to refresh my hand a little bit. Ugh. I mean, they don't have any other Gengars out, so that's really, like, one of those things that I don't have to necessarily deal with so much. But, like, my hand is kind of ick right here. But I think in terms of, like, prize cards drawn, it doesn't really matter because they don't have another Gengar out. Like, their whole, like, cute play of the deck is, like, to get out a bunch of Gengars. And it doesn't seem like they're getting out a bunch of Gengars. Like, I don't think that it's anything for me to necessarily worry about here. So, searching for a couple cards, that's fine. Search for, like, some Ghastlies and stuff like that. I'm going to get another prize card next turn, so I'm going to be at 2 prize cards left. I think no matter what, I should be able to, like, steal this game. And depending on what I top deck, I can also just go for, like, Melanie. That's fine. Their whole setup is going to take a few turns. Oh, they're just going to go Rare Candy right away. Wilden. I don't think that I'm worried about the Inteleon in the old cemetery too much. It could be, like, gross late game if they just get, like, super setup. But right now, I think I'm totally valid here. Because they're just probably going to go Snorlax or something like that. Maybe it's going to be another Ghastly, then go Snorlax. They're also down double Haunter. Oh, wow. So their hand has a little bit more setup than I thought. So there's a level ball. I mean, they could get set up decently. It's actually not terrible at this point. Like, if they do get out a Gengar, they're doing a lot of damage. Okay, so we're going to have an energy here. I think that seems self-explanatory enough. I'm so bad at this. Zach, Old Cemetery is a card. Use this as a mental note for later, excuse me. So we're going to put that there. At this point, I'm not going to place the damage counters. I might be able to take a free Ghastly knockout. I'm going to go for Research here. I think that that sounds totally like the valid play. Please give me an energy. Ooh, this could be absolutely hot. Can I go for Evolution Incense? And this is really where Inteleon is going to make up for me being stupid. Let's go ahead here and go Quick Shooting. We're going to take the energy right off this Pokemon. Knocked out. When this Pokemon is knocked out, search your deck for up to 2 Haunter. Okay. I mean, it's still getting knocked out. That's fine. Search your deck all you want. I really think that I'm just going to have enough Pokemon out there to make whatever I want happen. I'm going to search here for Capacious Buckets. The reason why I'm searching for it earlier than later is because I can just grab whatever I want out. And I'm not going to search for the energies because I don't think I necessarily want to do that yet. I'm also going to go Quick Ball away for Quick Ball and search my deck for a Sobble, so I have access to other things as well. And they have 1, 2, 3, 4. That's enough to get rid of the High King, so I'm just going to keep my energies in play as well. Boom. Okay, so there's my prize card. I mean, could they go things like Reset Stamp? Yeah, they really could. They'd have to get Gengar, Rare Candy, Triple Acceleration Energy, Reset Stamp in order to win this game. That would be like the big 1, 2, 3, 4 combo. So, I mean, I don't even think the damage counter really matters on the Ice Rider Calyrex. Like, they do 10 plus 40 for each damage counter. With me, I think 110 on there. They were already swinging for like 450 damage. This poor horse is literally like laying on the side of the road. Really not that big a mistake, so the damage counters don't really matter. The first damage counter mattered the most when I did the Old Cemetery mistake with Path. So again, like, we gotta watch out. Like, Old Cemetery is not a popular card, but if it is a popular card, damage counters are literally the reason why players win or lose games. Checking to see what they grabbed. Shady Dealings, Drew Evolution Incense, played it. Okay, cool. Just really seeing what's going on here in the game. And we'll see if they'll be able to make it happen. Like, we still have double Inteleon with Shady Dealings. I could still send up another Pokemon and then just be like, I'm going to ping things for the rest of the game. Okay, cool. There's a Drizzile. Let's see what they're grabbing with Drizzile. It's like one of those things where, like, I honestly don't know if they're able to grab out everything. The thing that's going to be probably the most difficult thing is if they don't have the triple acceleration energy in their hands. I don't think they have a current way to search it out of their deck. Again, I'm not sure what a Gengar deck looks like. It's kind of awkward. If they bench improperly and put like a Ghastly down on their bench, like they'll just lose to double quick shooting. Yeah, so they lose the game automatically now because we're just going to be able to draw our last prize card with double quick shooting. So even if they weren't able to get out Ghastly, our amount of prize cards left are like pretty low. So yeah, this should just be simple. Looks like they missed kind of everything, and this is where these decks fall apart. Like, it's 2 stage 2 Pokemon, and as much as the idea is super cool, this is really where I get to when it's just like, it doesn't always work out. There's Haunter. Their play might be just going Sinister Fog across the board, but even just them putting this down, I have a good deck. Thank you. I appreciate it. With them with the well played. I thought their deck was super cool. Regardless of anything, they're going to be searching for the Haunter, and we're going to take the dub. So, cool deck, but not enough for the Ice Rider deck. And that's what we got going on for this video today, peeps. Hopefully you enjoyed watching it. This deck absolutely dominated. Played in one of the event ticket tournaments and was able to take it all the way. Some weird matchups, and it's not necessarily one of the things where it's always going to work out, but I mean, the deck did really showcase what it can do, and I think this deck is quite powerful. So really great deck overall. If you haven't picked it up already, it's great for post-rotation as well. Check it out, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and let me know again if you like Ice Rider, Calyrex, or VMAX not in the comments. Let's get it blowing up. That really does help boost the YouTube algorithm. The list is in the description, so copy and paste that if you want to play. All that great stuff. I really appreciate everyone watching. Have yourself a wonderful day, and peace out. I want to give a huge shout out to everyone who's become a channel member. It's one of those things where I appreciate every single person who watches my videos, and I mean, that's really where it counts, but for the channel members, they've gone out of their way to financially support me, and I truly appreciate that gesture. It's one of those things when I started channel memberships up on my channel, and I just didn't know if anyone was ever going to do it, so I truly appreciate everyone taking the plunge, taking a leap of trust, and investing in me as a content creator. Truly makes a difference for me each and every month. If you haven't already thought about becoming a channel member, you might want to contribute to the channel, and I do put everything back into the channel to make it the best possible place to watch for Pokemon TCG content. Again, I truly appreciate everyone. Thank you so much. Cheers. I truly appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It means the world to me. And my goal with this channel is to spread my love of the game and knowledge with our entire Pokemon TCG community. If you haven't already, help signal boost this video to other Pokemon TCG fans by liking it, sharing it with your friends, and subscribing to the channel. Hopefully we reach our goals really soon. Check out this recommended video, and have yourself a great day. Thanks.